What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, the card game, 2nd edition tournament match, brought to you by these awesome backers from patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. We are at Canadian Nationals 2017. We are in round 5 of the Swiss. We have Matt playing Baratheon Fealty, Alex O'Shea from Toronto playing Lannister Rains of Casimir. Matt is from the Ottawa area, I believe. At least he used to be. I'm pretty sure he still is. And he's running this Baratheon Fealty, setting up a Vanguard Lancer, Sir Davos Seaworth. And I think he's got Chamber to the Painted Table down there. Yep, it looks like it. And on the right we have a Lancel Lannister and a Tyrion Lannister. So 2 cards set up on the right. But still 7 gold. Having Tyrion out to start is kind of like a delayed Tywin, right? You get that 2 gold during the challenge phase, I guess, kind of. Maybe more than once. Who knows? Maybe he's better, maybe he's not. We'll see what Alex does with this here. Hopefully he sees some economy locations to get him going. And I guess same could be said for Matt. He's got Fealty to start, but both players starting out with some stealth here, at least.
Oh, there's some community alt arts in this deck, so if you need to replace them. Okay.
And Alex just giving us a warning. If you don't like lots of fan-made alt arts, turn the video off now, because Alex may have quite a few in his deck. But he's good about explaining them when he plays them usually, and I've played against them enough now that I can figure out what most of them are anyway, but just a warning. It's cool how he warned his opponent. Was appreciated. So we got summons happening here on the Baratheon side, searching the top 10 cards of the deck for a character. Late Summer Feast on the other side of the board. So that is the one when the Lannister player wins a challenge, the Baratheon player can choose to draw a card. And we get King Stannis Baratheon.
Choose a non-loyal that doesn't stand, right? Yeah, okay.
And that is his choice. I believe I played Matt earlier in the tournament at this point. This is round 5. There's 6 rounds of Swiss. I recorded 2 games every round. I don't think our game was on camera. I believe it was before this. And so I don't think I'm spoiling anything. But Matt was my only loss in the Swiss with this Baratheon Fealty deck. And from playing it was just a lot of kneel. Like it was the classic Baratheon Fealty. Just basically a pain in the ass. But I wasn't finding what I need to deal with it. And yeah, he pretty much wrecked my face. So let's see if that's what happens here or not. And if any of you guys know John Andrews, aka Dark Nosh from Beyond the Wall podcast for Game of Thrones that used to exist, he actually came down to the tournament and was running this exact same deck is what I was told by Matt. Maybe a few cards different. But the Baratheon Fealty deck also is what they chose to bring down. That was their deck of choice, I guess. Not sure how many other people ran it, but it was at least 2 of these guys. So it was good to see some Baratheon showing up, even though most people kind of wrote Baratheon off, myself included. I mean, like, you know, you're making choices like little birds over appointeds, you know, thinking Crescen's not around, you know, let's bring out the fun toys, let's go. But Crescent did show up. And as you saw in a previous video, we saw a Banner Stag out of a Lannister, bringing some Crescent to the table also, so there's some sneakiness there. That Dom package is nothing to be slept on, I don't think. Passive power gain is a thing right now in the meta. And Baratheon's got some juicy power gain in just winning dominance, stealing power from Chamber to Painted Table, and then all their other dominance tricks on top of that, keeping your guys knelt, stealing cards out of your hand, that kind of thing. So we got a... oh, I'm sorry, that was not a Chamber to the Painted Table. That was their economy location. Yeah, that released right before this tournament. So my bad on that. Sorry, guys. I don't remember what it's called. But I will find out. But they've got an Iron Throne out there now. He's also got the Begging Brother. Looks like he put 1 bestow on him. And we're over to Alex from Marshalling. He's slapped down a Rose Road there for his limited. And now 7-cost Mountain with a duplicate. Sir Gregor Clegane looking to cut off some heads here. Davos just laughs at that. He plans on going back to hand if he gets killed. And Begging Brother plans to stop that reaction. I'm sure he was out there to stop the reaction off of Tyrion, but now he's looking to stop the reaction off of the mountain. And Sir Lancel Lannister is actually turned off right now since there's 2 Lannister lords out there. He does not get a strength buff, so he is just a 0 strength character, but he's basically a military claim. That's what he does most of the time, but if you can get him going, he's great. But obviously Alex isn't going to hold back his marshalling just because he has a 4 strength Lancelot out there. So it makes sense. We see red cloaks put on the board, and I don't think any gold saved on the Lannister side, but of course, like I said before, Tyrion can generate that money to help fuel those red cloaks if needed and those tricks in the Lannister hand. So let's see how many cards Matt can get drawn here off of that late summer feast plot. He's going to come in on his challenges here. Looks like he's debating a stealth with Davos here. Some kind of challenge, either a military or power involving Davos. And it sounds like it's a military, stealth in the red cloaks. He just wants the mountain to come in on the defense. Which is not a bad thing, really. Defending with the mountain, he gets his renown, gets his pillage, gets possible trigger here, or at least to blow through a Begging Brother trigger off that bestow, which is not bad to get it done early and get it out of the way. Northern Encampment is the name of that Baratheon location. I am sorry. For all you guys who knew, I'm sorry that I goofed that up and thought it was a painted table. To me, it's just some bluish kind of art there. Could be a painted table. I see the 2 costs. Sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing.
Still dead pile though, right? That's... Or no, that's the whole thing. Yeah, he just gets normally pillaged.
So yeah, so he was canceled with Begging Brother there. The mountain trigger did attempt to go off, but was canceled. So Alex was assuming he gets moved to the dead pile, but that is part of the trigger, which did not happen. But the mountain does successfully defend and gets his renown. And so it is pillaged. The Vanguard Lancer is pillaged off the top, but does not hit the other Vanguard Lancer in play. And we see...
Sorry, first time I'm actually using that plot. I keep forgetting. Yeah, don't worry about it.
And we do see late summer feast trigger there. They got a little late, but he still remembered it, so he got it. And anyone who doesn't know Northern Encampment is Baratheon's 2 cost limited. Cannot stand during the standing phase unless you have 1 dominance this round. And marshalling action, kneel Northern Encampment to gain 2 gold. So it never gives you 1 gold, always gives you 2, which is interesting. But you gotta be always paying attention to dominance. And so it's a good thing Matt saw that Iron Throne early in the game here.
I'll win force reaction. You may draw 1 if you'd like.
And we got Tyrion coming in here, stealthing the Begging Brother, getting 2 gold. And that forced reaction going off on the plot to get Matt there, the Baratheon player, drawing a card. And it looks like we got a Varys Riddle into a summons here off of the Rains of Castamere trigger. Oh, sorry, the Red Cloaks was in the challenge too, obviously. I was thinking, why did Tyrion just get that? But the Red Cloaks obviously went in with him there. And he's going to grab Big Daddy Tywin Lannister there with the Varys Riddle copying the summons when revealed there. And he takes his unopposed power, of course.
Third from the top.
And he intrigues the Red Keep.
Okay, and this is my hand, obviously. Lanson's currently 0 strength, so you're done.
And surprise, dominance to the Baratheons here.
And I'm good on reserve. You over?
5, 6, 7.
So we do see Robert Baratheon in the hand of Matthew there. We do see a scene in flames. He does not have a R'hllor character on the board to be able to play it yet. I don't know if he has one in hand or not. And he plays his own Late Summer Feast on the Baratheon side into a second Late Summer Feast on the Lannister side.
You're going first? Oh, I'm going first. Okay.
So both players looking for that big money. And they don't care if their opponent's drawing cards off of their challenge wins.
The Rose Road.
So another Rose Road here. Lannister player going first. Gets another limited in there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
He's a 7 for Tywin Lannister. Right in play. Is he going to get a dupe or a bodyguard? He's got a duplicate. So Alex building up a nice solid board here. Already got 2 big 7-costers out there. Tyrion to back them up. Generating gold. And Tyrion gets a bodyguard. So the Lannister player is fully protected from 1 reset now.
2, go ahead.
Is this Baratheon deck running Valor, though? I don't know. Is it running Varys? If it's running Wildfire, which you see Baratheon decks commonly do, at least run 1 Wildfire. Right now, Alex's board is ready for that. He's going to have 3 juicy characters left over at the end of that. So he's not afraid of the Wildfire. And we got Stannis out there, 7-coster Stannis. And he's got a duplicate. And maybe Matt's thinking what I'm thinking. A offensive Valor from the Lannister player could be coming. Having all those duplicates, you got to be ready. You don't want to be caught with your pants down having nothing left on the board. Well, he's got Tywin the Mountain and Tyrion left over. And I guess Davos is some redundancy, sort of. I mean, he does get killed, but he goes back to hand. At least you got something to play back out. So it's good when your hand gets kind of small to get a character back, but still got to pay for him again. That's the tough part. So we get Selyse Baratheon out there, the one that you can pay a gold to give a Baratheon character an intrigue icon. So we could see all 3 of those other Baratheon characters there are just begging for a green icon. Especially Davos with the stealth, or even Stannis having the 6 strength. And we get a 2 gold save there on the Baratheon side, but he plays Scene in Flames for 1. Since he has Selyse out there, and then a Hand's Judgment played to cancel that.
I expected there was a second Ferris.
And it looks like we're... Oh, he's got 2 more gold saved on top of that. So he had 3 gold saved there on the Baratheon side. Looks like we have 1 gold now saved on the Lannister side after playing that Hand's Judgment.
Something you up for challenge stuff?
Does he want to burn a second one? Does he have a second Scene in Flames there? Is that what he's itching on? Does he have a even-handed Justice? Wants to kneel someone down, maybe kneel Selyse or kneel the Vanguard Lancer and take down Tywin or the Mountain. See Crescent in hand, we see a Fiery Follower, we see an even-handed Justice. We see Robert Baratheon there on the Baratheon player's hand.
The Hound, and what did you take back?
And it looks like a Nightmares is the other card there. And there you go, even-handed Justice, 2 gold spent.
Yes, so you kneel 2 characters, 1 for each.
Tyrion's going to go down, and the Vanguard Lancer.
Makes sense. And I assume that's it? Okay.
So over to the Lannister player for his challenges.
Great. Cards in hand, sir. 5.
Your choice. Keep going first. Shocker. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
So if you're new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe and slap that like button. Here we got a military challenge coming in with the Mountain. 10 whopping strength. Does Matt just let it go through unopposed? Get some cards, or get a card off of the agenda. Kill the Vanguard Lancer. Yeah, makes sense. Unopposed. Here we go. Vanguard Lancer. Villages and even and Justice. Not a bad hit. It's like Matt's having some trouble getting his Neil effects going. We don't see Melisandre out here. If he's playing Corset Melisandre, I do not remember if I saw Melisandre in our game or not. But he may be playing 7-cost Melisandre with all this dominance tech, but he may be playing the Corset Melisandre too. I just felt like he had so much more Neil going on me in our game, but it doesn't seem to be really seeing it here. So lots more from Canadian Nationals coming out. Another game from the top, or from the 5th round of Swiss coming up after this. So stay tuned for that. It all will be on a playlist on the main page, Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. And we got another round of Swiss after that. Then we're going to the cut. And I also did receive some videos from the Battles of Summer Hall tournament in Atlanta, that triathlon tournament. So I got some Swiss games from that and some draft games. I was not able to get the Melee finals. I suppose there were some camera issues, so I did not get that footage. So stay tuned for that. We got some games from that tournament coming up. And then hopefully some Worlds coverage after that. I should be going to Worlds. I got my tickets. It's looking good so far. So I hope to see a bunch of you guys there if I do go. And hopefully I'll get some matches or some video content or whatever for you from there while I'm there. So military with Sir Davos stealthing the Red Cloaks. Lancel does his job and gets killed. And gets the Lannister player draws a card off of the Late Summer Feast. And we got a power challenge coming in here with Stannis. And Echoes unopposed, steals the power, and the Lannister player draws another card.
Yep. Yep. These two, I guess. Sure.
So it looks like Stannis said the Mountain couldn't stand there after winning dominance. And the Red Cloaks gets the remaining gold there, and dominance or standing phase or one of those. One of those before taxation. So he's now a +1 during intrigue challenges. So I think that's an altar counting coppers on the right there for the Lannister player. A confiscation takes away the bodyguard that was on Tyrion. Yeah, it does look like counting coppers. Yeah, Alex draw 3 cards there in the plot phase.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golds. Yes. Western Fiefdom.
So that's an altar Western Fiefdoms there, getting a Lannisport merchant into play. And it looks like the Lannisport merchant's going to go down there to help offset the cost of a Lannister character by 1, who is Jaime Lannister.
And dupe him up.
And he's coming to battle with some protection. Gets a duplicate. Look at that juicy Lannister board. Good thing the Mountain's not standing, but you still got to deal with Tywin, Jaime, and Tyrion. And 3 of them out of the 4 have dupes. So you're going to stick around. But the Baratheon player is in the lead right now. Looks like 5-4. And there is Corset Melisandre. All aboard, everyone. Here comes the Neil train. It's arrived in the station. He's got Stannis adding a little bit of Neil lockdown there. Now he's got Melisandre going. You see some R'hllor cards to play out in the future rounds. This could be a little bit of trouble. And like I said, if he's playing Wildfire, he can slim that board down a bit and take advantage of that smaller board and kind of lock it down with that Baratheon Neil. Now he's got to decide who he wants to hit Melisandre with, assuming a treachery just doesn't come flying out of the hand of the Lannister player here, which was a classic play I loved to do in the first year of the game while I played Lannister. Saw quite a bit of Baratheon at those days. Like, oh, I got treachery against a Baratheon player. Well, that's being saved for Melisandre, but ouch! It looks like Tywin is going down. No treachery. Maybe he's got a better event or something else he wants to use that gold on. And we got a dupe on the Iron Throne. Looks like we got a Turning Grounds put into play there to help reduce the cost of events.
Anything free challenge?
So now with only Tyrion standing and Jaime standing basically in our little red cloaks, Lannister board doesn't look so scary anymore. So first action here, we got the Turning Grounds knelt just to reduce the cost of the next event by 1. And we get a Nightmares on Tyrion. So no gold generation or stealth off of Tyrion. And military coming in with Jaime Lannister. Standard play here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And Widow's Wail coming out on Jaime, giving him a +2 strength, which overpowers Stannis there, who tried to fully block, but is now going to lose it by the looks of it. And is he going to kill one of his intrigue icons, which may leave him more open to a range trigger from his opponent? Just got to be careful here. I mean, no stealth on Tyrion, but you got Jaime now, who's a 7. And the Red Cloaks is a 3. Tyrion's a 4. So he could win that intrigue challenge by 5 possibly here. Looks like the Begging Brothers was chosen for military claim. Oh, sorry, we have Selyse on the board, and a gold save looks like on the top of the Baratheon deck there. So he could pay a gold to give an intrigue icon to Sir Davos if needed. So that's something. So I think you can get up to 9 strength on intrigue on the Baratheon side of things. And on the Lannister side, 7, 10, it's like 14, I think I'm counting there. So just enough to stop a range trigger possibly, but he'll have to defend with everything. But I guess Alex would be attacking with everything at that point. So then you gotta decide whether you even want to bother stopping the range trigger or not, and just having something to hit back with. I'm sure Alex is working through debating whether to go that route or not, or whether to play defensive himself. He's staring at Sir Davos with a stealth, so you got to think you're going to get bypassed by that anyway. You need to keep some back for blocking the unopposed at least. And we got a 7 strength intrigue. Now if he blocks with Melisandre, I guess he just blocks. He could give Sir Davos some block with him, but then, yeah, Melisandre will block for 4. But now Tyrion can, actually the Red Cloaks can fully defend an intrigue just from Selyse. The third copy of the Iron Throne gets intrigued out of the Baratheon player's hand.
That was it exactly. And then I will do a power
And now we got a power challenge coming in from Tyrion Lannister. 4 strength. Remember, no stealth. He's been Nightmares this turn, so his text box is blank. And the unopposed is blocked by Selyse. We have a power stolen there. And now over to the Baratheons for their challenges. And a power challenge. Stealthing whoever. And that goes unopposed. Steals the power right back. Dominance goes to the Baratheon player.
Yep, on same guy.
And Mountain is the target again. He does not get to stand. Which is an interesting call. I know some people are in the camp where they don't care about the Mountain, and I'm one of those. Usually I just let him go. I know some crazy things have happened in the past, but I'm not going to be scared of him. I'll just let him do his thing while he's in play. But yeah, I would have been keeping Tywin Nelt, I think. Maybe even Jaime, just because of the dual challenges. I think would have been a better choice. So we get a wildfire coming in here. And Davos goes back to hand, of course. It's not it cannot be saved on wildfire, but Davos gets around that. And it looks like Time of Plenty was played on the other side, so they're both drawing 3 cards they should be. But I think Matt may have just drawn 2. And I think Alex may have just drawn 2. Oh, yeah, they just caught it. Okay, so maybe Alex did draw 3, but Matt didn't realize, and he drew his extra card there. So we're good. We should be good.
4, 5, 6 for the plus, and then 2 for Tywin, 2 for Roseroads.
So it looks like Matt has chosen, the Baratheon player has chosen the Lannister player to go first here. And we get Littlefinger and Altar Littlefinger coming in, getting triggered right away, drawing 2 cards. Oh, another 7-coster. Oh, no. It's Cersei Lannister. Boom. I think we just heard Matt say Jesus. We've all been there, sitting across from a Lannister player with all their 7-costers, 4 of them on the board. I know I've done it. I've been on the Lannister side of that. Oh, man. This is a problem with Wildfire. It doesn't get rid of them. It just kind of thins the board out, and still got to deal with them. I guess it's not 4 7-costers. One's just Jamie. But being duped and having that Widow's Will makes me think it's 4 7-costers. So my bad on that one. But either way, we pretty much have the whole Lannister family out there. And Littlefinger's no slouch.
It is your dom,
And there is Chamber the Painted Table, ready to start stealing some power from that Lannister player and pulling the game in the Baratheon player's favor, even though he is winning right now. Board-wise, it doesn't look like that, but...
I do not. Do you? Makes sense. Do you have another? Okay. Military of 7.
So a military challenge here, starting with Jaime Lannister, Widow's Wail. 7 strength. No defenders. Looks like a Dragonstone Faithful is getting claimed. And Jamie takes a renown, of course. Unopposed power gain there. So we're back to a tie game here, 7-7. So it looks like Alex is debating on his next challenge here. And Matt's body language on the left does not look like he's too impressed. And we have an 11 strength intrigue coming in with Jaime Lannister and Littlefinger. Has to block with at least 7. Which is awkward, having a 4, 2, and 2 on the board. But he could pay a gold with Celeste, remember, to give Stannis Intrigue Icon. And then he just needs a block with like Stannis and one of the other 2 costers. Does he try to win it? So we've seen a Varys Riddle from the Rains scheme deck here. So we haven't seen like the Neil plot. The stand one would be interesting. I'm sure Alex, the Lannister player, would like to see some stand effects. And he's going to pose with 8. So everyone except for Stannis. And we get just a card for claim here. It's a Dragonstone Faithful.
Sweet.
That Robert Baratheon still hiding in hand there. Has been dodging all the claim. And now we get Tywin coming in.
Oh, it's -1. Yes, it's not. It's kings, right?
And getting fully blocked. I'm not sure which. I think it was power challenges since Stannis' ability played into it there and blocked Tywin. And then we get dominance in the Chamber of the Painted Table. And Stannis says mountains stays knelt. So it looks like Alex is running to the passive gain power wall here. And it seems like he's got the better board. But all that power gets gained and then just gets taken away. And Matt's sitting at 9. And Alex, the Lannister player, is at 6. And we have counting coppers on the Baratheon side. Not sure. Goes to Harrenhal, I guess, since we just saw Tyrion jump from the dead pile back into play. I'm assuming that's what that other plot is.
Then you get your 3 cards.
And we see that awesome Dragonstone Faithful coming in on the other side. So just when you thought you killed Tyrion with the wildfire, Tyrion deals out the wildfire. He doesn't get killed by it. He was just hiding. He's back. And now he's got a dupe. Oh, man. And another Western Fiefdom, so a very steady flow of limiteds here on the Lannister side of things.
I needed not Hotep to be on top. Yeah. So it's like, I had to take some. Alright,
So Lannister player's got to break through here. He's just got to, he keeps going first. He's got to do something here. He's got to keep his characters standing, and they seem to be a source of power gain. He's just got to get them going. And stealth from Serial Florel would help with that. It also would help on those range triggers, giving stealth to guys with intrigue icons. And I think that was a Nightmares played on Melisandre there, so that if a Lore card's played in the marshalling phase at least, it's not going to take effect for her ability.
And go ahead, 5 coming to me.
All right, so a 3rd copy of Stannis Baratheon's in play now. So I remember talking to Alex later in the tournament, or after the tournament was over, actually, explained to me that his Lannister Rains deck here we see on the right, I believe kind of went like that DC route that we saw from the videos from Gen Con. He took out like the Valor. He's playing more the counter to Valor, so we see the Ghost of Harrenhal there. He kind of played just go big and battle rather than reset heavy. And I believe he was playing no kill events. So no put to the sword, no Tears of Lease. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, which I'm sure after seeing Melisandre across the board, he would have loved to put a put to the sword into her. And we got Davos back. Are we going to see Cersei and Jaime? Yeah, here we go. Military icon and stealth. Given to Cersei from Syrio. And we got the Tourney Grounds knelt on the other side to reduce the cost of event by 1.
Anything else pre-challenge? I got nothing else.
Scene in Flames. Oh, here we go. Kneel off of Melisandre. And it finally gets through to the hand here. We see the Hound. What else we got hiding in there? It's like a bodyguard in there, an Altar bodyguard. The Hound is the choice. Goes into the discard pile. And Fealty goes down here to reduce the cost of a loyal card.
Yep, go ahead.
And we get Saving the Kingdom.
Stand this turn, right? It doesn't stand yet.
Kneeling Sirio, who does not stand during the standing phase this round. And I think that's after winning Dominance. You can pay a gold to return that event back to hand. So now we're seeing those kneel effects steadily flowing here.
Yes, I was.
Did we get a Melisandre kneel though? Scene in Flames went off. Did I miss there? Did he play a Treachery? He did the Scene in Flames. He looked through the hand. I don't know if he triggered the Melisandre there. Or maybe I missed that. I think he played Nightmares during the marshalling phase. I'm pretty sure. Maybe there wasn't Nightmares? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't challenged actions that it was played. I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it was played on the Lannister player's marshalling. So I believe it's the Lannister player's challenges here. And we got Cersei and the Red Cloaks coming on Intrigue, 8 strength. Cersei is stealthing. Tyrion gets 2 gold. I'm not sure who he's stealth. Probably Melisandre, I would assume. He's going to use Salice's Baratheon's ability to give an intrigue icon here. We haven't seen him do it yet, I don't think, but he has the gold for it. Oh, looks like he's going to do it. Stannis is getting an intrigue icon. Here we go. Is he trying to stop the range trigger, or is he trying to stop the intrigue and the range trigger? And he leaves himself open on other challenges. I'm not sure Alex is so concerned about doing the intrigue, or getting the range trigger so much as the intrigue claim to get power on Cersei. He needs to get that power on his characters so it's not stolen by the Chamber of the Painted Table. Looks like we do have a full block here on the intrigue. Now we have a 7 strength military challenge coming in with Jaime Lannister not kneeling to attack. Riding on his horse with the Widow's Wail there.
Having a bit of a point with also. Mostly I like animals with art.
No defenders. Fiery Followers gets killed. Opposed power and a renown. Now, can Alex stay back and win dominance? That's the question. While also blocking Davos and Melisandre and stopping them from getting power.
So this is just, I get -1 if Ron King. So I would be 7 if I tap the thing right now. Still enough for what's on the board.
So Tywin has a +2 gold buff right now off his ability. So this time he shouldn't fall into the Stannis trap. Stannis is knelt. I don't see any gold left, so we shouldn't have an Ours is the Fury. But his effect is happening, though. Putting Tywin down to a 7 on the power. But we only see 7 on the other side in defense. No Chamber of the Pain, or no, no Red Keep to give any power buffs. Which has been interesting. We saw it discarded early there for Intrigue Claim. We haven't seen it make an appearance. So it's definitely reduced the Baratheon player's card draw here in this game for sure. Alex has to be careful here. The Baratheon player is at 9. I mean, if he loses his power challenge here, he's down to 8. But I mean, being at 9 and still having his own challenges, plus Iron Throne and Painted Table, before you know it, he could be in closing territory. And if he gets to go first next round, I don't know if he has enough on the board right now, but with some Neil effects in the Stealth Officer Davos, he might be able to push through a power challenge. And Lannister's usually pretty weak in the power. But he is going to go unopposed, and we get a claim and renown. And that's going to be it for the Lannister player's challenges. He is sitting at, it's like 9 on, 9, 10, 11 actually. We forget about the Mountains power down there in the bottom right. He has 2 on him. So 11 on the Lannister side. And he did leave Cersei standing there, Jaime standing, Tyrion standing, and 2 gold plus Littlefinger. So that's Matt's got to think about that for dominance. He might not get to stand his economy location. Might not be able to use Stannis' ability to keep the mountain locked down. And if that happens, if Alex is able to break Standal's characters and Matt doesn't draw into any massive kneel next round, I could see Alex just coming in on like a big all-in challenge with a bunch of renowned dudes and closing this out here in the next round. We'll see if he can do it. And Tyrion's dupe is what's chosen for military claim there. Looks like that went unopposed. Now we got Melisandre. 4 strength, power, or intrigue could be coming in here, or he saves her back to add her with the Iron Throne. But that's only 12. And we see Cersei's a 6, Jaime's a 7, so right there, plus the 2 gold. I think dominance is locked down here for the Lannister player. He's going to take a power on that and not lose any to the Painted Table, which I think is a smart play. And a power challenge here with Melisandre. And Cersei comes in for a 5 strength block since Stannis is reducing the strength. Oh, Fiery Follower stands up. And but dominance does go to the Lannister player. I missed the Fiery Followers there. And no Stannis ability, so the Mountain has made a return here. Can he make it through the next challenge phase without getting knelt down, though? Looks like we got Noble Cause and Close Call left in the Baratheon player's hand. So we're going into round 6 here. Close Call and a first snow. Ouch. Nice play on the Lannister side. It's going to get him initiative. He's going to choose to go first. Going to send some characters back to the hand. Close Call is going to move the Begging Brother over. And since first snow's a winter, he doesn't get to draw off Close Call. You see him draw into another copy of Melisandre there.
That was my mistake. I want to fight ride. 2 for Rose Road, 2 for Tywin. I know.
I need to get it's so annoying. It's like I can never I need to get a wide board going. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
And I did see here
1, 2 Nightmares Melisandre.
And Nightmares on Melisandre, so that's preventing a possible kneel there. He does have a Fiery Follower just in hand, so he could have played that as a ruler card in the Marshalling to kneel. Could save a ton of gold here just for Tywin, but he's going to kneel 3 Western Fiefdoms there. And Ilan Payne coming in there. I don't think he needs to do any kills since they're going back to hand if he's going for it here. It's just the body. And 3 gold saved on the Lannister side over to the Baratheon player Matt for marshalling here. I think getting Melisandre Nightmares there might have stopped any chance of this not finishing this round. And there's a dupe for Melisandre. Robert Baratheon coming into play could change things. That could actually help. Remember that 2 cost or that 2 economy location, the Northern Keep there, or Northern Encampment, sorry, did not get stood there from not winning dominance. But he does have.
Oh yes, that was.
Oh yeah, they caught the Serial shouldn't have stood from that event. But he still can give his stealth and military icon out. So he's still good for that. So he does have 6 gold in fealty, I believe. So he could play Robert Baratheon, but that's all of his money and all of his economy played there. And yep, he's got to go for it. I mean, that's you got to get some big strength in front of those characters and stop some renown. And first snow here. Leaving 4 characters on the Baratheon side, and looks like 8 on the Lannister side. And stealth to Jamie from Syrio there, looks like, with that gray token.
Anything else pre-challenge? No. Okay. We'll do a military with him.
So military with Jamie, Jamie Tywin, and the Mountain. For 9, 19, plus 7, 26, I believe. Stealthing Robert Baratheon. That's 3 renowns. And yeah, Matt just concedes there. That's it. And congrats, Alex, for closing it out there, not falling to that Chamber of the Painted Table and Neil business. He outlasted it. And I think winning Dominance there at the end was what he needed. And those Nightmares on Melisandre helped for sure. Alright guys, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified when we go live or when we post more videos, hit that notification bell button beside the subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like button, leave comments below, share these videos on social media. And if you want to support the channel, offset the cost of doing this YouTube stuff and traveling to tournaments and all that business, donate patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table and help us out here. But yeah, just thanks a lot for watching, guys.